Welcome, everybody, to the Pipeline Podcast. We are here through Discord. We got my co host, Cameron. I'm the host. Got Jason. Say hello.
Say hello.
How come Cameron didn't have to say hello?
Because he just
Why
kept
do I
talking.
have to
Cameron-
say it?
Pause for me.
Cameron's always talking. Let's go.
Cameron's not allowed to speak.
Got a new guest speaker.
everybody.
Two of them.
Yeah, two new
Dallas.
guys with us today.
We got my boy from way back when.
Way back.
360 days. We got DeAndre.
How you doing, bro?
How you doing, man? How you doing? Give him a nice warm welcome, you guys. The hell?
Give him-
Y'all gotta be like, sup, man, sup? My name's Jason. I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, I'm in the Navy,
you
so
know?
I'm the
It's
same.
probably the closest thing.
You're a closeted alcoholic, but I can see right through you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not good.
Because I gotta change my whole life.
We're gonna be talking today about the new season of Rick and Morty. Then we're gonna go into some freaking crazy ass stories as well.
I don't know about that, Rick.
It's 2-for-1.
I don't think we should talk about Rick and Morty.
We're gonna talk about Rick and Morty because the newest season is
That's
so
my best
good.
summer impression. Tell me how you feel about that.
Ah, damn, 9 out of 10.
Wait, that was
9
your
out of
summer
10?
impression?
I feel.
Yeah, why? What's wrong with it, Cameron?
No.
What's wrong with the summer
That's so
impression?
defensive so
That was
quick.
more like Morty.
Yeah.
Like Dallas just comes.
Yeah, what's
in
wrong
and
with it,
states the
Cameron? Tell
obvious.
me. Go ahead.
Dallas already spoke for me.
I can't hear Dallas. He's
Oh,
muted.
okay.
What he can.
I actually didn't hear
I-
Dallas though.
Dallas is a ginger. Arizona.
No shit.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Trying to be more
God.
inclusive.
Oh god, the worst kind.
the worst guy.
And speaking of the worst kind, fan bases, Rick and Morty season 5. What do you feel about it? How do you guys feel about it?
Cameron?
You're asking everybody, but I'm pretty sure you just mean me. But
Yeah.
I honestly really like the new season so far. I think it's great. I enjoyed it a lot.
What episode really got you tickling your funny bone?
So, out of all of them, I think as of right now, probably the episode. I think it's the second episode with the decoy families. That one's probably my favorite. The decoy families.
I don't know,
is my
Mr.
favorite.
Nimbus is a great character.
Mr. Nimbus
Love.
had me pretty giggly. Like that was a great first episode, in my opinion.
Plantitia was awesome. I love her. Plantina. I forgot which name that bitch had. That was a great episode. Actually, one of my favorites. And I've heard a lot of people like as seasons come out because they'll be like, oh, I remember back when season 3 was rampant. It'll be like, oh, season 3 isn't as good as season 2 or 1. Like season 4 when it was coming out, people were ramming it. They were just like, no, it's not good. None of the episodes are good. And I just kind of want everybody to take a step back who's saying that and listen to yourselves. Go back and rewatch the first, second, and like all the seasons back to back. They get higher in quality
Yeah, honestly, they do.
as they go on. I hate when people are like, it's pretty bad when it's not bad. But this season actually is getting a lot of love. I don't know where it's coming from. Kind of weird because every new season I just expect there to be this whole bandwagon where people are like, oh, it's fucking bullshit. It's terrible. They're not as good as they used to be. I haven't seen that.
I think it's just that group of people that are like, oh, it's getting too mainstream and the show sucks now. And it's like, it's stupid. It's getting mainstream because it's good.
Dude, I love the mentality that people have where they're just like, it's getting too popular. I can't like it anymore. It's like,
It's ridiculous.
what is wrong
It's
with you, dude?
That's the whole reason, like, it was good in the
I
first place
know.
because it deserves to be popular.
like-
it only gets better.
Okay, I'm gonna pull away from Rick and Morty for a second. Talk about a show that was wronged Young Justice. That show needed to be
Young
mainstream.
Justice.
God,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
my boy.
Now we're talking.
How
Now
dare they be like, you didn't sell enough toys this year, we're canceling the show. Like, excuse me?
Exactly. Like
That
they do
show
that to
was
so many
hot.
good shows. It was hot. Young Justice was a fucking awesome show, dude.
It
I'd
was
say it
a
was better than Teen
classic, dude.
Titans. Just
It
don't
might have
like
been
it
better
better
than
than Teen
Justice League,
Titans.
dude.
Just because I like Teen Titans more, just because they had more they had more episodes, and Young Justice kind of got just snapped off. Cartoon Network, they were like fuck off, and it was around the live action genre of Cartoon Network as well. Like when they came out with like Dude, What Would Happen?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I
Yeah.
hated that show. Or the wall. Hole in the wall?
Yeah, Hole in the Wall.
Out of all of
Oh my
those like
goodness.
weird game shows that came out with it, I think the only one was Build Destroy Build Destroy. I like that one a lot. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
That one was good.
That
the
one only
only
had
good
like
one.
2 seasons, right? And then it just went to shit. 3? It had 3 seasons.
No, I think it had two. I think you're right.
Dallas was saying 3, but well, if you,
Sure.
I don't know. We have the internet in front of us, so we can go look if we really wanted to know.
We do we though? Do we really want to know?
Leave it to
What?
speculation.
Yeah. Sorry for switching the topic, but I think it's dumb whenever people try to be like a hipster and hate something because it's
no, for
gaining
sure.
popularity.
Yeah. That's
They had
annoying.
4 seasons, guys.
Yeah, you should
Destroy
want
Build
your show
Destroy
to
had 4
succeed.
seasons.
Ew. It had more than Young
rampant show
Justice.
with music than it is like
It had 4 seasons and it
anything
only
else,
lasted 2
which is
years.
sad. People hear a band that's like like it's not a
Kevin's
very
really-
well known band. What?
You sound really quiet to me. I'm gonna turn you up. Hold on. I can't. I don't know. Does Kevin sound quiet to you guys?
Yeah, he sounds a little quiet to me. I
Yeah,
think
just a tiny bit.
What?
I think it just might be because of his mic connecting to his phone, but I can still understand what he's saying, Kevin.
What was I saying? I totally forgot.
My bad.
I was gonna say that a lot of shows got canned, like Generator X. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah,
Generator
Rex
Rex,
is
bro.
Generator X was so good. It was like on the line. Like my hype for that show was on the same hype for Young Justice whenever a new episode would come out, or even Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Didn't Generator X
Great.
collab with Ben 10?
Yeah, he
I think it did,
for, like,
yeah,
an
yeah.
episode.
I don't remember watching that, but I was always like, the art style is the exact same. If they don't collab, I'm gonna be upset. And then they did, and I was like, I don't know how old I was. It's probably like 11 or so, but I was like hyped.
Did you guys watch a lot of Star Wars: The Clone Wars?
The entirety of it.
Oh yeah, I love Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I even watched the final season when it came out on Disney Plus, dude. I was all over that shit.
Bro, same.
Have you seen The Bad Batch?
I have not seen the Bad Batch. I'm actually angry.
I'm in the middle of
about
watching
that
it right
shit.
now.
I haven't seen anything on it. Is it good?
Cameron.
That's pretty good.
What's up, Jay?
Oh, good.
It
So,
ties
Cameron's
into
Oh, hello.
it ties into Star Wars Rebels. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What are you saying, Jason?
I heard like the show did a lot more like in-depth stuff than the movies did. Like, how would you say about that, Cameron? Like,
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
curious.
No, it definitely did, in my opinion. The shows did a lot more in depth, kind of, just. It did a lot more in depth, like character development than the movies definitely did, in my opinion. It kind of one cool thing that I really liked in that final season too, because the final season mainly based around Ahsoka, of course, because the movie.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
would take place right before the movie, but they had hinted at a lot of like stuff to come in that season, and it was actually quite interesting. Like the fact that when Ahsoka ended up finding Anakin and Obi-Wan, Anakin's like talking to Padme a lot in secret, but of course Obi-Wan knew and didn't say anything about it and didn't try to stop it, which of course was revealed in like just in the entirety of the thing that Obi-Wan knew that Anakin was in love with Padme, and he just did, he felt for Anakin and just kind of let him do his thing because he loved him as a brother. The what? My lag is real. My lag is real.
Yeah, it is.
It's okay.
Cad
Even if
Bane
my
was by
lag's
far
real,
one of
you
my
guys
favorites.
sound good on my end, and I know the Elgato's picking up my voice just fine, so I won't sound like total ass when the video comes out.
Sound like Robot Boy.
Cad Bane in Star Wars: The Clone Wars was one of my favorite characters, like of all time in Star Wars lore.
Oh yeah,
Cad
that's
Bane's
the
so
bounty hunter,
fucking
right?
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the bounty hunter.
Yeah, that guy was a good character. I liked him a lot. I really liked the fact that they brought back Darth Maul. Played a huge part in the show, and
And they
it was
even had
really
a
neat.
Pivotal
sibling or
part.
whatever. Like the fucking yellow lightsaber.
Yeah,
It was awesome. And then they fought Palpatine. That was like one of my favorite scenes from that show. Palpatine straight moited them. Get out of my way. I'm walking here.
Dude, Darth Maul's got like such a sad like backstory, or like
Dude,
his
He
species.
really does.
yeah, it's real sad.
Elaborate. What is it? I want to hear it.
You don't know it?
Don't.
So, first off, Darth Maul's
That one, the
species
Jedi
is
would tell you.
completely. Darth Maul's species is completely woman-ran base, and the men are basically trained to be just, in a sense, slave fighters. Like they fight for the species, but the women of the species have like magical powers and shit because they're really well connected to the Force. And every now and then, some men generations can be connected to the Force, and they were basically trading those men to Palpatine so he can, like, in a sense, experiment on them and or turn them into apprentices, and where he found Darth Maul, turned him into an apprentice, and then basically completely abandoned Darth Maul, never really intended to keep him.
Yeah.
And Darth Maul found out about it, tried to rebel against him, got his brother, who his brother thought he was dead, and that whole heartwarming reunion, went to go overthrow Palpatine. Palpatine was like, "Hi, you guys are funny." Ended up killing his brother in front of him. Darth Maul runs away again, ends up getting like the mother of his species, which he saw as a mom, tried to have her help him overthrow Palpatine, and Palpatine ended up killing her. So Darth Maul just lost his entire family trying so many times to get rid of Palpatine.
Dude, that sucks hard.
Yeah.
Damn.
The
And they all go
saddest
by
part
the
about
name
it all, too.
Night Witches.
The saddest part about it too is every single time he was able to get away, every single time, and at the very end, the person that ends up killing him is Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's just really sad.
Have y'all gone snowboarding
It's actually really
before ever in your
poetic.
life?
It's poetic. What were you saying, Kev?
I have not.
Have you guys gone snowboarding at all in your lifetime or skiing?
I have not.
Homie, I've
just gone
seen snow like 3 times in my life.
Jason lives in the
I gotta,
desert.
I gotta send Cameron that one picture of like the 2-inch snowman I made for the podcast so they can see it. But I think instead of like sticks, I gave it like pencils for arms.
Yeah, wasn't it
Well, there
at
was
your
this
high
one
school because it
time.
like snowed just a little bit?
No, it's just outside my house. It was hilarious. So I did it like on the carport.
It's awesome.
The reason I bring that up is just because like there's this really funny story that I was telling a friend the other day, and I think it needs to be added. So like back in I want to say 5th grade, dude, our school had this field trip, and it was to Sunrise, which is a ski and snowboard resort. So I was hyped. Everybody was hyped. I got my payment in. We were on the bus down there. I was hyping everybody up. I was like, yeah, we're going to get it. They're like, do you even know how to do any of it? And I was like, no. And you're like, which one are you going to choose, snowboarding or skiing? I didn't know how to like even longboard at the time. I was like, skiing sounds like it'd be easier. So get there. Everybody gets strapped up. They get geared. We go up to, like, they get the newbies separated from the people who are experienced. They let them go off on their own thing, but kept us. Well, like, after getting our boots on and then, like, telling us the basics, like, let's go to the ski lift. I was zoned out. I don't know where I was, but, like, in my head, I was just staring at something, blocking everything he said about going to a ski lift out. And I look over to my right, and all of them were gone. I was like, wait, what? So I start like looking around, and I ain't seeing anybody because it's blinding white snow. And I go to the first ski lift I see, because those are the words I remember hearing, is ski lift. So I go to the first ski lift, I go all the way up, realize it's the Black Diamond. So he lets me go back down on the ski lift. And like a fucking retard who enjoyed the ride, I get back on the ski lift, and he takes me all the way back up, and I think, yeah, I could do this. I could do this. Right when I get off the ski lift, I slam on my face. Like there's no hesitation from like I didn't make any distance. There was no snow made.
You just immediate face plant, just right when you get off the
Yep.
ski lift.
Yeah. The ski lift instructor, like he was the operator, he just started dying, dude. He was laughing his ass off. That was this really big, chubby kid, not very good at pulling his own weight, not very muscular. But like I'm trying to get up with these two ski poles. I can't, for the life of me, I can't do it. I keep falling down. I get back up, like I get a quarter of the way up, and then I just like let dead weight hit, and I fell to the ground. Well, like he helps me get up, and he's like, "All right, buddy," and he doesn't even. This was the worst ski operator of my life I think I'll ever see. Eventually, like he gets me up and he just pushes me. He's like, "See ya," and he pushes me. I go about 10 feet down this hill and I slide on my face about like another fucking 5. So I'm stuck here again trying to get up and I can't lift myself up. And I've had a friend pass me once, my teacher passed me once, and I'm humiliated. I'm gathering a crowd of people and they're watching me. Just like none of them are helping. Like they're cheering me on, but none of them are helping. They're just staring at this fat kid struggling to get up with ski poles. Kept falling. Like my friend ends up passing me again. Didn't know how long time had passed, but apparently it was long enough to see him again. Then he passed a third time, and I am fucking dying. And I've gathered this huge crowd of people at this point. And I finally have somebody get my arm. They lift me up. And then I start to go, and I fall face first. Hit the snow, and I see a ski. Like one of my skis just go flying off, and it hits a tree. I'm thinking, oh my god, this is the most embarrassing thing ever. So instead of taking off the other ski and getting up, right, because I'm able to get up at that point, it was the ski stopping me. Like the fact that I had both of them on was stopping me from getting up. So I was able to get up at this point. My dumbass goes back, instantly puts that ski on. Doesn't even hesitate. And then I start going down this hill, and I fucking faceplant again. And my friend has come by like 4 times at this point. And he goes, "Dude, next time I come down here and see you on the ground, I'm helping you all the way down." And I was like, fine. He goes down. My teacher has passed me so many times, and I guarantee you he knew what was going on. He looked over, saw a kid in the snow, was like, "Not my problem, I'm skiing right now."
This is my field trip too, buddy.
Yep, he's like, "You are not ruining my field trip today." So he goes past me. They have to call fucking ski patrol and get me down the mountain. So I get down the mountain. It took the entire day, dude, from the start of our field trip to the end of it when everybody started going to the bus. Was on the Black Diamond, just constantly fucking up. Face plant after face plant. And these crowd of people stood there for the entirety of the trip just watching me. And I guarantee you some of them recorded me. And it's not cool, and it's one of the most embarrassing moments in my life. And I don't think I'm ever going to be able to, like, let myself live that down.
That video that of them recording Kevin is somewhere on the internet. You'll probably find it somewhere.
Gotta be, man. Gotta be. Gotta be a little kid falling down 50 times.
Did that? Heavy little kid falling down 50 times. That's the name of the video.
It was terrible. It was by far the worst field trip I ever had. I learned to snowboard, though, and I'm really good at that.
Well, there you go. No, you got something out of it, right?
That's the resolve.
So what do you guys
Use
think? The video
snowboarding as a way to get revenge.
Did. fucking.
Who was
when I
asking
go
the
down
question?
hills now. it's
That
hot.
Dallas was asking what we thought the name of the video would be under, but we already said it. Dallas just ain't listening.
God damn it! Why ain't you listening? Nick, boy.
So I'm looking at the Discord list here. Kevin just gave a nice, compelling, embarrassing story. Jason, you got something you wanna story you gotta tell?
About snow?
No,
Nah, when I
just in
was
general.
little, I'll do something snow related because there's only like one time I ever did this. We went up to our little mountain range thing we have, Mount Lemon. There is a ski thing up there, I think, but
Yeah.
my family didn't do that. We like to take trash can lids up there and then slide down. But
Your mom
They
was
have-
ghetto, bro.
hey, it was the best time of my life. I don't want to hear
Sure it was.
it. And then
Best time in your life
So
was
the-
yours and Cameron's sexy time.
Dallas.
Dallas didn't sound like a guy from like a submarine trying to report in for his like daily checkup. I might be concerned with what he said, but I don't know what he said. He just sounded really weird and like far away. But so there's like a ski lift thing that they have up there. That like a couple people sit in it per whatever.
Yeah.
So we're heading up there. We get to the top finally, so we can slide down. And I just like stared off into space, dude. I didn't even like. It was just like the moment of realizing, like, hey, I have a conscience. And I was just standing there existing, and then bop, I got smacked in the back of the head by the ski lift seat. And I was just like, so I got up, it knocked me down, and I was just like, where am I?
Relatable, man. From the first time I got hit in the head by a ski lift.
The first time there's more?
Of course, there has to be.
There has to be more than one time.
Not just one.
Let's hear it, dude. I'm interested.
I don't want to talk about it, man.
I revealed to you guys my near
I told one
concussion
embarrassing story
moment.
already. Y'all gotta go.
So I'm done. This is the end of the podcast. I'm
Let's-
leaving.
Now
Let's
I'm all
hear it.
insecure.
Let's hear it, Cameron.
What, me? My snow story?
Yeah, let's do snow stories. Yeah, why not?
Well, like, I didn't have anything crazy. Like, I just know one time I went to some like snow sledding area. I don't know like how my parents found it or knew it was there. My dad was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go sledding," all piled up in a car, and we just drove out into the woods, and then like ended up at a spot that was a popular sledding spot. I don't know how he knew it was there or how he knew it was just a thing that everybody would show up in the spot. But I was like, okay, whatever, we'll go sledding. Only bad thing that happened there was I got to like the top of the hill, started sledding down. I was hitting like the base of the hill, so I was like max speed that you can get at that hill at the time, and some little kid just walks right in front of me, and I just took him out. He flipped like 3 times in the air after I was a big kid. I was in high school at the time. I just nailed this poor like 5-year-old. Yeah,
Yeah,
spun
yeah,
through
the
the
Star
air.
Wars scream.
But like, I guess out of any of the most embarrassing snow moments I've ever had there was this one time. I was just kind of walking around with Devin, and we found like this really tall snow pile, and like the outer edge of it was like, I don't know how to explain it, but when snow melts and then solidifies again, so it gets kind of like crispy on the surface of it, but it's still really soft on the inside of it.
Real
Crispy,
crunchy.
so-
Yeah.
It gets a little crispy with
It's
it.
a little crispy. And so I was like, Devin, I'm just gonna like fall backwards in it and see how far I go in. Devin, okay. I ended up flopping backwards inside of it, and I got stuck. I couldn't get out. You know, the snow's falling under me, and I'm trying to push myself out. I just like further into the pile. And at one point, it was just my legs sticking out, and you could just hear from inside the snow pile. Other than that, I don't have anything else. Like probably a snowball to the balls, but that's probably about it.
About you, DeAndre?
I don't have a lot of cool snow related stories,
You have an
which is ironic
embarrassing
because I used to
story?
live in Wyoming. Embarrassing story. Not of a recent memory. I got a couple sea stories if you want to listen to those.
Dude, give me some of them sea stories about them steamin'. They called me steamin' demon.
They
I-
Seaman Demon. The Seaman Damon. The Damon.
To be wick.
I can tell you about the first time I got fucked up in Greece.
There you go.
Fucked up.
So,
Drugs and alcohol.
so it was kind of wild because, like I said, it was my first time, and the drinking age in Greece is 18. So of course I was gonna go ham, and I was cool. I was cool for the rest of the day. Greece, some of the best food I've ever eaten. Then I had a friend. He was like, you know what? I've had enough. I can't finish this. And my dumbass was like, yo, I got you. Little did I know it was like pure alcohol. It was a Jaeger bomb, and I was like already close to being blackout drunk. So I took it. I remember drinking it. I don't remember going from where I was at the bar to the table. I remember the table, then I remembered a nice big pile right next to me. I was like, whoa. So my friend takes me to the bus stop, and I'm like, I want to lay down, bro. He's like, no, you can't. I was like, let me lay down, and I pretty much dragged my entire weight down. And he's like, you can't, dude. And the bus gets there, and I black out again. Then while driving back, everyone was like singing because everyone was drunk and shit. YMCA, and he said it was the funniest shit ever because when they're doing the arm movements for the YMCA, I was doing it too, but with my I was flipping everyone off because I was irritated and trying to go to sleep.
You just
Like,
see
let me
that
go the
plastered-
fuck to bed.
He's just laying on his back, and you just see middle fingers in the air. And he's
Yeah, middle fingers in the shapes of the YMCA song.
He's just like like in his head he's singing, but you just see his middle fingers dancing. He's a one.
Yeah, I was so mad.
Leave me the fuck alone. Just wanna go to bed.
I'm just gonna mention it because he just jumped into the Discord. Devin's here now. Let's say hi.
Yes, I didn't want to interrupt,
Devin.
so I kind of kept quiet.
Devin, you're gonna start it out, dude. Give us an embarrassing snow story or a snow story. Something with snow.
Yeah, it's anything snow related that's a funny story or embarrassing.
Unless
Yeah,
you
we're
got
doing
drunk in
cocaine
Greece.
now.
I got for my wife's for Christmas, I got her a car. Then the year after, she crashed
Yeah,
it in
that's
the
pretty
snow.
embarrassing. Hey,
Actually, you just
cloud
reminded me
over
of something.
Like I never really had like anything like I've gotten stuck in the snow, but nothing too bad. Like I had a buddy right there with me and like pulled me right out. I feel like I never really had an embarrassing story.
No, man. I mean, like, I've walked on, like, frozen lakes. My friend's like, I could walk to the middle of that lake. He actually walked out to the middle of the frozen lake and then walked back. And I was like, I could do that. And I was a big kid. So, like, I don't know. I was surprised I went out as far as I did because I got, like, a quarter of the way there. I was like, oh, shit. I'm actually on frozen water. This isn't good. And as soon as I thought that, the ice cracked below me. I had my phone in my pocket. So I just started busting through the ice all the way back. I was like, no, no, because I saw Jumper. I know what that shit does. Being trapped under the ice is scary.
Freaking speaking of ice, I just remembered like another funny story. Devin, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you
so
remember
did
this
I.
because you were there. But when around the time when we first moved out to the White Mountains, my mom had a friend that lived in Tucson, and they were up and visiting with their kids. My dad at the time was finding all this like crazy stuff in apartments that people would just leave there and like abandon. He had found this like cane with like some eagle carving on the top of it, and this little girl that was my mom's friend's daughter. We all of us, all the kids and us, went out to the lake or the little river that was by our house, and it was frozen, so you could walk across it. and the little girl had the cane, and she was sitting there like standing on the ice, hitting the like frozen river with the cane. And I think it was Brian.
Oh.
I don't know if you remember, Devin, but Brian turns around and he's like, "Hey, don't do that. You're gonna end up breaking the ice and falling in." And she goes, "No, I'm not." And right when she said that, she hit the ice and fell in like all the way to her waist.
I remember that.
Her face was great because she hit the water. It's like everything just drained from her face.
I thought you were gonna go with the story where it's like when we first moved up here too, and the lake was frozen, and Brian decided to go across the lake onto the other side where the rock was, and he goes across perfectly fine, and we had one of our dogs with us, and he chased after him and like scratched up all the ice. And Brian was walking back, and every step you heard it crack underneath him, and he like started running at the end, and it was like falling behind him.
It just started collapsing.
Okay, so there was. I wish Trace was here because he'd be able to confirm this story. I'm moving on. So there's a 4th of July parade comes around, and this is not a good story. Like, it actually really makes me fucking sad when I talk about it. But anyway, I get invited to this parade, like to be a part of it, by Trace's dad, who had a company in the parade, and I was hyped. We get ready for it. They're like, "You're gonna be in a pool on a float, and when you get to the wet zone, you can like splash people with water." Like, awesome. We get there, and it's like 7 in the morning. I'm like hyped, dude. Everybody's like, "Dude, don't get in that pool," and I'm already like about to dive in. I'm like, "What?" And I fall in the pool. It is the coldest shit. Like, I have never been in water that cold. But they had to leave this sitting out like a fridge the entire night. I get in there and my balls instantly go up into my stomach. I'm like, oh god, that's why. So like, I'm sitting in there trying to tolerate it because I'm telling myself, like, the longer you're in this, the easier it'll be. Like, it was true. So we get going. We're having a good time, tossing candy off the side. Then we get to the wet zone. So people have squirt guns, and they give me and another couple of people a bucket, and we just like throw water on people. But like, I'm in this zone. I'm in the zone of getting water in that bucket, dude. You can't stop me. Like, if somebody were to pull a gun on me and say stop, I wouldn't have. I'd have been like, no. Kept going and going. I was throwing water like crazy. Well, like, I stop for a moment, start throwing candy out, and then I get a bucket. Me and Trace and I think Mikey are holding it. And we all go to throw it. And when we do, I look down and there's this family with their hands up like, no, don't do it. And like 4 people are doing this. And right in between them is a girl in a wheelchair. I was already mid-motion, so I couldn't just pull back. The water just hit dead center on her head, the woman in the wheelchair.
Oh.
Like, she got waterboarded, and her whole family was livid. They were like, no, boo! And like, people were booing us. I'm hiding in the fucking swimming pool. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm hiding on the side, like ducking down. And at the end of that, I don't know what went down, but they said something went down with that family. But they didn't know what, and I was never invited into a parade. Ever.
Jesus. You're just soaking old women in wheelchairs.
Dude, it wasn't an old woman. It was just this like mentally disabled kid.
Oh.
She was like crying when I was done. I was like, oh god, I feel so bad. What have I done? Why are you in the wet zone?
Kevin's sitting there like acting like he's so sad and upset, but in his head he's like, I'd fucking do it again.
He pulled the Thanos, he'd be like, I'm sorry, little one.
What have you sacrificed? A lot.
A lot.
I fuck up everybody's lives around me in a wheelchair.
Fucking goofy up. Do it again.
Do it again. She just looks up. She's like, yeah! And then I go another time. She just fucking drowns. She's like, yeah!
I want to jump in real quick. So, since Devin hasn't really said anything to join the Discord late, he just kind of threw in a couple words. Devin, give us a great story, like a hilarious story that you know that you can tell.
Well, the main one that got me thinking was because Kevin was kind of talking about like a disabled person. Well, on my train, I always like give out like a spiel every day to like give them the rules and basics of the train, like no running, jumping, climbing, yada yada.
Yeah.
And I always say like, yeah, don't reach your arm off the train to try like slapping a rock or grabbing a tree. I'm like, because if you lose a limb, we are not going back for it, and it will not be fun to not have an arm. And I look next to me, and there just so it turns out to be a guy sitting right behind me with no arm. And he gave me like if he would have gave me the okay look, I would have been like, this dude, he knows what I'm talking about, but he did not give me that look. he gave me the look of like I was. I thought I was gonna get murdered.
Devin in his head, he's just like, yeah, another day of work of being a comedian. Then he turns around and he's like, oh, shit.
Oh god, yeah, no, it was not a good day. I don't think he tipped me anything. Actually, no, he didn't.
Can you blame him?
No, not really. I would say it again if he was there.
That's like, hey, if you're suffering from diabetes, I will fill your insulin with nail polish. Motherfucker.
Test me and I will do it.
Can we put Mark on the train?
What was that, Dallas?
Can we put Mark on the train?
Oh, put Mark on the train.
Stab him with Coke.
That can go multiple ways. You see a guy with a fucking Coke can all shaped into a knife and stabbed him with Coke, bro.
No, I was thinking about just grabbing like a syringe, treating that like insulin, but just Coke straight to the mainstream. Not just Coke.
To the mainstream. I hate things that are mainstream, bro. Can't do it.
Right to the membrane.
What about you, DeAndre?
You actually just reminded me of another story when it came to snow. So me and my friend were driving down the street in his truck, and he was fucking around. I was like, "Hey, bro, if you keep on doing that, we're gonna crash in this guy's specific mailbox." I was joking around, right? Then like he actually lost control, and we hit his mailbox. We just looked at each other like a Shrek and Donkey looked at each other. we left a letter in his broken mailbox. It was like, "Contact us here." We left. We later that day he contacted us when we fixed his mailbox, but boy, that was not our best day.
I was driving to work one time and I saw a car right beside me like literally start spinning because it was so bad with the weather.
Fidget spinning.
The weather.
It was like a fucking Beyblade, dude.
The speech that human makes when his brain doesn't know what to do is the best thing on planet Earth. Like, if you catch somebody right when they're falling, like at the perfect time, you see the face of, like, dial-up tones. Dial-up tones.
The face of dialing tones.
We kind of skipped over him a little bit, but Dallas, you got anything crazy? Any funny stories?
Not really.
Not really? Okay.
I think the best snow story just involves me pushing my brother down.
Doesn't have to be with snow.
Just anything.
No.
The best part about Dallas just screaming right now, I heard everything from down the hallway, but I only heard snow in the Discord. I heard his entire sentence, but the final word.
I can tell you an unintentionally savage story. So I was like 10 at the time, and we had this broken toilet. So I was like, cool, ceramic. I was like, it's kind of like obsidian, right? We just learned about the Native Americans and like how they made weapons and shit. So I kind of figured it out, and I made like a little knife. I was like, yo, come here. Look at my friends. Like, look, you got to be careful. It's sharp. So you know what I do when I said that? I slid it across the palm of my hand. I cut myself. I was like, Wasn't my best moment.
Yeah.
I told him I'll be
It
right
really
back.
was sharp.
Watch out, it's sharp. Oh!
I got a similar thing, but it's kind of fucked up. There was one time, my older brother and Devin, they were wrestling around with my dad in the living room, and I come walking up to my dad and I point like an airsoft gun at him, and my dad goes, "Whoa, Cameron, don't point that at my face. It could be loaded." I was like, "It's not loaded. Look," and I shot him right in the fucking eye. I felt so bad because I thought I could have sworn I looked in there and there was nothing in there. No, I nailed him right in the eye, like almost point blank with this airsoft gun, and it was a strong one too. I felt so bad.
Right.
Thinking about
I got a pretty funny messed up story I did to someone. Not really messed up, I guess, but when I was working at Starbucks, I went on my break really quick, and I was just me working by myself, so I went on like a 5-minute quick break just to get something to drink. I went out and I got myself an Arizona tea. I went back behind the counter and I opened up this Arizona tea and I pour it inside little sample drinks at Starbucks. And I put it in front of me, and I have people coming up, and they're like, "Oh, what drink is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a new drink coming to Starbucks." I'm like, "I can't make it yet, but there's a new one coming." People were fucking loving that drink. They were chugging that shit down. They're like, "This is the best tea I ever tried." Yeah, and I just wanted to tell them, but I was like, I don't want to get in trouble either.
You should have just been like, "Well, it's in aisle 6."
There's only 99 cents for a big ass can.
You want a tall one? Pops out a big ass.
this one-
Yeah,
this
no,
one-
I should have hold on to the tea, and every time when people order it, just pocket the money and just pour it in a cup.
I wonder if you had anybody come back after you quit and be like, "Yeah, there was this guy that worked here and he made me this awesome tea," and he's like trying to explain like what it tasted like, and the lady's just looking at him like,
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
"What are you talking? What?"
It's like the perfect blend of watermelon and tea.
It was the mucho mango one.
In her head, all you hear is, "Hey, who are you?"
Who are? I wonder if like
Wait a minute.
I wonder if anybody had like after trying Devin's drink went back and like ended up buying the mucho mango Arizona tea and like cracked it open and tried it. They were like, "This tastes exactly like that tea that guy made me at Starbucks."
It's ridiculous because like Devin would have been the one person that had that been happened to, he'd have been like, "This tastes like Arizona tea." Like I just see him like calling it out.
Like, wait a second.
Devin just says that this tastes like Arizona tea, and he looks at the guy behind the Starbucks counter, and he's just sweating.
I have a story that's kind of fucked up. So it's a short story though. So my brother, he was sitting down, he was fucking shit talking me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, take this." In my hand, I had a screwdriver, one of those little tinkering ones they use for electronics and shit. I threw it at his leg, and I didn't expect anything out of it. However, it stuck into his leg, and we just looked at each other. We're like, "Oh."
Oh.
He's like, "Hey, bro, that kind of hurt." I'm like, "I'm sorry." Meanwhile, he has this stupid little screwdriver sticking out of his leg.
It's like Ace Ventura. Arrow in his knee. Like,
Oh! I remember one time my dad was telling me the story about how he was out fishing with his aunt and his dad, and he was saying about like how him and his dad were in one fishing boat and his aunt was in the other one, and they ended up catching a fish, but like the line got caught or something and they needed like a knife to cut it out, and his aunt had the knife, so she ended up like throwing it to them, and it was an open knife. It wasn't like a pocket knife or anything. It was like just a straight up knife that you would pull out of your kitchen. It was, I think my dad said it was like a fish filleting knife, and it didn't have a sheath or anything, but she ended up tossing it to them, and my dad said it went straight into his foot, like just straight up and down at his foot, and he just sat there and he looked down and he goes, "Ah!" And then his dad was like, "Oh, I got you," and ripped it out and then proceeded to pour alcohol just all over his foot. Yeah, and he's like, "You'll be fine. You got this."
That reminds me of Grown Ups when they do the arrow roulette.
What, Dallas?
And Grown Ups where they do the arrow roulette.
Dallas, I can't hear you.
Kevin, do the Shrek impression.
The Shrek impression?
"Oh, donkey, look at what you're doing to me." Oh, God. Ain't no way.
Are you talking about the impression I made like on the way here to Tucson?
No, tell Kevin.
Huh, me?
There are too many.
We're doing
easy
Shrek impressions?
ways.
Too many ins in this group chat.
Yeah, Devin, Cameron,
Kevin.
DeAndre. No?
That's the closest one there.
Yeah. Isn't there this one point where Devin like almost killed some kid?
Yeah.
Wait, did we talk about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, so I was in like 5th grade, I would say, and there was these guys. There was a 4th grader, a 5th grader that I mainly knew, and there was like a 7th grader guy, and they were like they were straight up like threatening me, like they were coming up saying like, yeah, we'll fucking kill you, like I have guns, I'll beat your ass and everything, and I was like, well, I go to my apartment, I'm like, Cameron, I'm trying to play outside, these bitches are bullying me, could come out and help me, we'll just talk shit to them. Cameron's like, no, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna still play outside. So I get my knife. I'm like, if they fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with them. So I'm like out there doing my thing. They come up to me, like I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just chilling. Like I'm by myself. I don't want to do much. I'm chilling. They come up, start talking shit, doing their thing. So I do an ocular pat down, witness that they have nothing, and I'm like, all right. I go after the smallest one because I'm like, I just gotta get the younger meat to show them I'm in business. And I pull out my knife, and I put it to the kid's throat, and I'm like, hey, if you guys mess with me again, I will freaking kill you. And I like pushed the kid, and I'm like, no, go. And they went off, started crying, and I was doing my own thing, and I was like, I'm gonna go back home. I go back home, and like an hour later, the kid's mom comes to my house, and she like tells my mom what happened, and my mom beats the shit out of me.
It's funny too, because like Devin coming in to talk to me, I remember it completely different. Devin didn't come in and tell me they were like threatening him. He walked in, he was like, "Hey, the kids outside say you can kick your ass," and I looked at him and I was like, "And?" And he's like, well, aren't you gonna go defend yourself? And I was like, no, I don't care. Devin's like, okay. Then he ended up walking out. I didn't know Devin went to the kitchen and grabbed a knife and walked outside.
It wasn't a kitchen. It wasn't like it was like a pocket knife.
Oh, you found a little pocket
Yeah,
knife? Okay.
yeah. It was like a little flip blade knife that I pour out on these fuckers.
And it was
Showing
great
them I'm
too
in
because
business.
like Devin ended up coming home like 45 minutes after that and just like sitting on the couch with me, and he's just like
Just
not
chilling.
saying a word, and we're just sitting there playing video games.
Nothing out of the ordinary, just like
Yeah.
everyday business stuff.
And then when that kid's mom came by and said that, my mom beat his ass.
Yeah, I remember as soon as I saw her, I like got up to go to my room, and my mom like chased me into the room
Yeah, as
and like
soon
pinned me in the corner and just kept going.
as soon as Devin saw who was at the door, Devin was already ripping ass, dude. He was tailing it to his room. He knew it
Nope.
was coming. He was not gonna wait.
But hey,
he's like, I got
let me
a
tell you
chance to
this.
get in my room and lock the door.
Those kids never messed with me ever again.
No, they didn't. They really
They're
didn't.
like, dude, he's crazy.
So who won that fight?
In the end, all Devin got was an ass whooping from mom.
I had to show
Who
I'm
won
in
that fight,
business.
Devin? Your mom did.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you're a piece of shit, we'll kill you, and you're like, I'm walking here.
I showed him the true power of God.
About me.
That kid's like entire life probably flashed before his eyes right there.
Oh,
8
probably.
minutes of it.
Oh yeah.
All 5 years of it.
If his balls didn't drop before, they'd definitely drop there.
It would have been like even funnier, Devin. You remember those little like switchblade combs we had? Like it looked like a switchblade, and you hit it, and just a comb came out.
Yeah, I
Imagine
remember I
he
brought that to school one time.
yeah, he got deep
Love
shit
those
for it.
things.
He got so in trouble for it. It was so
I
stupid.
know, I was like, I was brushing my hair. I didn't think nothing bad of it. I was like, it's not a knife.
That's
think it was-
crazy because
It'd be
high
hilarious to use
school.
that to threaten the kids.
in high
Put
school
that on
I
their
had a
throat.
huge ass afro, and like I was talking to my friends. I'm like, I'm surprised I can take my pick to school because this thing is pretty much a stab machine. I use it to stab my hair to make it poofy. I could also use it to stab someone if I didn't like them.
He's like walking down the fucking school hallway, just snapping your fingers each snap.
He's kind of like he just walks down a hallway and he's like, "Oh wait, I don't like this kid." And he just takes out the pick and shakes him a couple times. And puts it back in his hand.
That'd be so unfortunate because like
back in his throat.
there's like 8 or 10 little prongs to that. How do you like stitch that up? That's a literal war crime.
Yeah, it's not meant to be stitched back up. It's there to die. It's lethal.
Yeah, it's literal war crime.
You know what DeAndre said? He's like, I only poked the guy twice, but yeah, you put 16 holes in the guy.
Yeah,
I only shot him 3 times. 30 holes.
I only stabbed him twice. Where those other holes came from, that was up to God.
Jason, you haven't been talking much. You got any crazy stories?
No.
No.
But speaking of afro stuff, though, I used to always stuff my afro with like drumsticks in percussion class. And then the teacher's like, "All right, Jason, you're up." And like, I'd shake my head downward. The sticks would come out. I'd catch them. And like, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
He was just like, I didn't even see him in there, and I'm like,
Jason was stealing drumsticks from his high school's class every day.
I had enough wood to make like a small house, like Brian's little place up by your area.
You just got a shack made out of drumsticks.
So on an unrelated note about sticking things in your afro, there's one time I had this pencil
I love this stuff.
I had this pencil I was working on for like half of the school year, and it was super tiny, and I lost it. I was super disappointed. I was like, "Yo, where's my pencil, man?" I was talking to my friend. I was like, "I know you have my pencil." He's like, "I don't have your pencil, man." So like later that night when I was taking a shower and I was washing my hair, I heard a little clink. I looked down. I was like, "Yo, there's my pencil."
Yeah. that happened.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Somebody said,
I like how Jason's saying, "Yeah, like that happens so often."
It's the thing that happens when you have afros, Devin.
Yeah, it's an afro thing.
Yeah, Cameron, you remember when we made that like tunnel at Connor's house?
Yeah.
And then you and him crawled through, and then I like tried going in legs first and got stuck.
Dude, we had to pull you out, didn't we?
Yeah, we had to get his mom to like help dig.
We made like a
feel
tiny
bad.
little hole tunnel that like the tunnel kind of went pretty far. It was like a good like 4 feet tunnel, and it was just like it only went like 2 feet into the ground and then 4 feet like into a tunnel. And
Forward,
Jason's like,
and then
"Yeah, I
up."
got this."
Yeah, and then I got stuck there, but since I had been digging, like there was like all this sand in my hair. And so like for the next like few days, every time I'd shower, I would just hear like from like the sand falling out of my hair.
Oh my god. I have sand in places I didn't think I had.
I don't know why, Jason, but every time I think of Connors, I just think of Pop-Tarts, because we would just eat boxes of Pop-Tarts every fucking time. Every time we went to his house, we were always just mowing down Pop-Tarts.
I don't
You guys
remember
ever played
Pop-Tarts.
Iron Chef America when you made ramen with your friends?
Kevin, that was so specific, and I'm worried.
You guys never played as James Bond when all your friends were like, "I want to play. I'm the Hulk." You're like, "I'm Iron Man," and then they're like, "Oh, I'm Captain America. I'm Batman." You're like, "You've never been the one to be like, I'm 007." Is that a fucking little
No,
pistol?
because you're getting beat if you choose that one. Kevin.
I got an Aston Martin. Those can't be beat.
Kevin's the kid over here that everybody's like, "I'm gonna be this superhero. I'm gonna be this guy." Kevin's like, "I'm Gordon Ramsay."
I'm Dane Cook.
I'm Dane Cook.
Oh god, dude, I haven't heard that guy in forever.
The lobs.
I just wanted to bake a beanie.
Kevin just wanted to
It's
be
the
Gordon
funniest.
Ramsay so he can cuss without repercussion. He's just turning around. He's like, "You guys cook like old people. Fuck."
It reminds me of this story. It was Gordon Ramsay's show, and it was about the restaurant. And he was like, "Yeah, everything is not everything's microwave. The salad isn't." He was like, "Of course you don't microwave a salad, you fucking donut."
You fucking donut.
His insults are fucking gold, dude. Fucking
You're not
donut.
making your point any better by saying, "Oh, we don't microwave the salad." Like, bitch, when do you need to? And if you ever do, you don't deserve to be owning a restaurant.
You know how proud that chef was for like 10 seconds after you said that?
We don't
Like,
microwave
Like,
the
this'll
salad.
show him. I really got him. I showed him what.
I feel like out of all the times Gordon Ramsay's been really upset at like kitchens and shit, I feel like if he ever saw a kitchen put a salad in the microwave, I feel like he would physically beat somebody. I feel like that's when he'd cross the line and just start swinging.
He's like, "All right, you fucking tosser." And just like throws down his towel. He's like, "That's it."
I've had enough of this bullshit.
I feel like Gordon Ramsay would kill you if you go to Hell's Kitchen
Oh my
and
god.
get one of his steak and ask for A1 sauce on the side. Then you're definitely fucked.
Who eats steak with sauce? What is that?
Jason. You edible people.
Listen. Ketchup tastes good on steak. It's not my fault.
Man.
Oh,
I
man.
escaped.
The only thing that needs to go on a steak is salt and pepper, bro.
When Jason was over at my place visiting, like any dinner I cooked him, you would always be grabbing that. Well, I would grab the ketchup for him, and every time I'd hand it to him, I'd give him like a look, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "You know what?" I'm like,
You handed it to me. I don't want to hear it.
because you were gonna ask for
It
it
would-
anyway.
No, it would be wrong to turn down the gesture.
You're like, well, if you say so.
If
I know,
you
hand me a
say
bowl of cereal with some ketchup. I'm like,
Can't argue with that.
giving
If I
Jason
had
like a thing
to.
of hot chocolate with the side of ketchup.
Oh, you remember? Nah, I'm not gonna say names. But there's this really dumb kid that we used to hang out with. There's one time that I really enjoyed his company, and I was like, I don't know how we got there. I was a dumbass high teenager, and we ended up in some old guy's van. As bad as this sounds, nothing happened. But like, we were just talking, smoking some weed, and all of a sudden, freaking this guy walks past the van, and this kid goes, "Hey, Kevin, you should go up there and kiss him." I said, "Why?" He's like, "I don't know, because you're Kevin." And I was like, "Can't argue with that." And I started walking out the van.
You should go up and kiss him. Why?
You
Because
just
you're Kevin.
fulfilled
You're
this
right. You're
man's,
definitely
like-
right.
just fulfill
You know what?
this
You
man's
have a hard
whole
bargain.
fetish, dude.
Yeah.
You just that guy was in love after that, Kevin. You ruined his life and made him the happiest man on the planet.
Dude, the old man and him were just dying from that for like a solid 5 minutes. I never met that man in my entire life. Never saw him again. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Playing Dead by Daylight right now, and I'm versing the nurse, and I've outran her twice now, and she's not looking up.
She is not happy. Friggin' trying to think of another story here that's gonna bring out some giggles.
Did we run out?
I don't know. Has anybody got anything?
We've only been alive for like a little over 20 years. We don't have that much material.
We've had some crazy shit happen though. No?
True that. There's one time I was running from the cops, and I literally ran on a fence for a while. I don't know how it happened.
You're running on a fence.
Dude, I was fat, and my friends came back to help me up this fence, and I just couldn't get up. Like, go without me. It's pitch black outside. I was like, go without me. And this cop was after us because one of our fucking friends in the group stole a candy bar from the store we went to. It wasn't even me. I was like, all right, they have no proof it was me. Go ahead, just leave. Like, I hear the cop coming, and adrenaline kicks in. I don't know what happened, but this chubby little boy got on top of the fence. Like, he climbed his way on top of the fence and ran on the fence for like, say 10 seconds, but it felt like a good 2 minutes. Then I just fell off, but on the side I needed to be. And then I got up, and my friends were in the bushes, and they were like, "Dude, get over here!" I was like, "All right, all right." Then I fucking ran. And I turn around, and I see the cop like squatting at the fence.
You're just squatting
Okay.
on the fence waiting for you.
Kevin, I thought Kevin said something about like his friends helping him get onto the fence, and I was just like imagining the cop just like waiting to see how it goes, just like, yeah, let's
You're
get
just
this baby
watching.
up on there and see how this goes down.
You're just watching Kevin be like slowly pulled up on the fence, and he's like, "They ain't gonna go nowhere. They're stuck there."
He's like, hold on. I want to see where this goes before I arrest him.
Fuck.
If you're just like a super athletic cop and you don't just take the time to watch someone stumble and mess up, you're wasting your time, dude.
Why are you even a cop?
Why you go?
If you know you can just outrun somebody, take the time and just watch them like just mess up and just bonk their head on some bushes. They try to like clear something stupid. Get
Jason,
their
got any
foot
cop
snagged on the
stories?
gate. Cop stories?
Yeah.
Cameron, I avoid the police. I'm black. I'll get shot.
Any cop story Jason will have will end with a shot
It's
in
gonna
the
be my
chest.
last story.
It'd be my last story.
I'm playing those games.
Fuck.
What about you,
Dead by
DeAndre? I
Daylight.
mean, never mind. What about you, Devin?
DeAndre.
Good. No, I'm just saying that because he's also black. He's messing around.
He's in the same boat, man.
What are you trying to say, Cameron? What about boats?
I don't know. What about boats?
That you avoid them, Jason.
Yeah, we avoid boats too.
Jason heard of my family who's going on a cruise, and he's like, I ain't even gonna try.
I'm too worried about going into Disneyland, dude. I think Mickey Mouse will kidnap me. There's no way. I don't need the last thing I hear to be. Oh, it's like I get like batted in the skull.
The bunk.
Yeah, I'm just getting
Park has
dragged
all
off,
this
and all I hear is
problem.
Donald just growl the whole time. Like, there's no way.
I love
Park
that
has a
Donald
homeless
impression.
person problem. I heard a sound
Just
almost
incoherent
like
fucking-
exactly like that.
Hey, listen, I'm a fat man, so that's what Donald's gonna be sounding like. Yeah, he's gonna get some like in hernia, dude.
It's a cry for
Dragging
help,
me up.
not a fucking squawk.
It's a cry for help.
It's a cry. It's a plea to God.
On the topic about Disneyland, last time I had taken Kevin over to Disneyland, Kevin was walking around like trying to get people to give him high fives, and like it was working really well in the beginning. And he walked up to these like two girls walking next to each other, and Kevin like his reaction in public, Kevin's just very like out there and screamy. So he just walks up to these two random girls and he's like, high five, we're at Disneyland, like just in their faces, and they kind of like jump and like avoid him and walk away. And as they're walking away, Kevin just screams, "You ruined it!" Just started storming off.
That just painted the picture in my head where Mordecai and Rigby are handing out flyers and then trying to hand it to the businessman, and the businessman just straight up fucking
Matrix style.
so yeah, he, like, it's funny because he's walking and he like bends his back 90 degrees like he's playing limbo.
That's exactly what happened to Kevin. And forget, I got the best picture of Kevin on my phone when we were on the Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
Is he here?
What?
Deveroni.
Devin.
Well, yeah, no, I'm here. Sorry, I was.
Devin! Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask because you went on that cruise with all them, right?
Uh-huh.
How was that? How'd you like that?
I really like it. I feel like it's me and Ivy talked about it. We might go on another one in April. We don't know. I really enjoy it. Like, I feel like even with me being on the train, it reminds me of a lot of the cruise. And the cruise is dope because everything is free on the cruise. Like you have free food, free drinks, except like free alcohol stuff like that. But you get free like lemonade, water, iced tea. And whenever you want food, you can go up to places, just be like, hey, can I get 10 burgers? They'll make it for you right there, give it to you, and you're done. They have like 24-hour ice cream and a pizza place you can always go. They have live music and dancing on the boat. Comedy clubs, 18-year-old plus comedy clubs on the boat. They have like big old party events for 18 plus. That's like very like just like a big dirty type thing. Like I did it a couple of years ago, and I went up with this random guy, and it was like, oh, get in your favorite sex position with this other person. And it was like, someone I don't know. So
Devin got with every guy that attended that event.
oh my goodness, you don't even know. I couldn't sit for a week.
What was your favorite sex position, Devin? What'd you do?
The lawnmower.
The lawnmower?
When her hands are on the ground and she's like kind of in a push-up position, and you have her legs kind of lifted up, kind of like you're pushing her like a lawnmower. You know what I mean?
But instead of her, it was Devin who was the lawnmower, making the sound.
Fucking like the girl's like, get
Like,
your favorite
hot,
sex
hot, hot.
position, and Devin turns to the guy and looks him dead in the eye and goes, "Get on your knees."
Pretty much, I was like, get on the ground.
Get on the
Just
ground.
grabs his face like a character in Baki, just like whole hand over the face, pushes the dude to the ground.
But no, I really enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with them. I feel like for the price of them, they're really not too bad either.
How much was it?
Like, I think it like for me and Ivy total, it's like $1,400, and that's
For how
7
many
days.
A lot of money.
It's a full 7 days of
Few hundred a
food,
day?
free drink.
Yeah, free food, free drinks. You go to 3 different spots in Mexico. You actually get off at Mexico, walk around Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta, and Mazatlan. See, we all hang out there. We'll go like snorkeling, and so in total, I pay about like $2,000 for everything, because that's like for all the souvenirs I want to get, for all the activities I want to do. That's about how much I pay. It's about another $1,000.
Yeah, it is kind of nice to have to like go on a trip but not have to worry about like having
Like,
to
you
go and
could-
buy food and water.
You could straight up just not have to buy anything at all. Like if you plan before time too, like you can get things like excursions through the boat itself. So like it'd be like, oh, go snorkeling with the fish, and then there's a free lunch after that. And you'll actually like one of them that we did. We went to an island. Not this island. They had food and kayak, zip line. They had all these different things, and it was just like a big party island that a different boat brought you to. And after like a couple hours, we got back on the boat and went back to, I think it was Mazatlan. Went back to like the Mazatlan dock area and got back on our boat.
Yeah, that excursion was really cool. I liked it a lot. They had like a really like smooth rocky shore. What I mean by smooth, it's smooth rocks, but it's just a whole bunch of them. And they had hammocks put up around there, and it was real neat just to kind of sit there like right above the water, have it go around. There were a lot of fucking crabs though.
Yeah, but it's cool though. It's cool seeing the crabs.
Yeah, they didn't try to fuck with you. I just thought it was neat.
And like
Have there been Waterworld?
Waterworld?
Waterworld, no.
What's Waterworld,
I have not.
Kevin? Give us your story about Waterworld.
SeaWorld. Not
SeaWorld.
Waterworld. That's a movie.
Is it like Whataburger?
I haven't been to
It's like
SeaWorld.
Whataburger.
I haven't been to SeaWorld since like 2nd grade, so like I don't even remember.
Last time I was at SeaWorld, it was very like lackluster because I went on a school field trip and it was just kind of shit. We didn't get to see any
Never
of the
been to
neat
SeaWorld.
things
That school
on the
field trip.
pool. I don't recommend it. SeaWorld sucks.
I think the
Go
coolest
with
field
the-
trips I've ever had was like when I was in 3rd grade in California. We went to this place called the Hamburger Farm. It was just like everything you had to make a hamburger, it was there. So they had cows there. They had fucking like they taught you how to make cheese over there and shit like that. And it was weird and surreal. And the second field trip, we went to a baseball stadium. I don't remember the team though.
I remember going to a baseball stadium on one of my field trips. I didn't know what was going on because I didn't know any of the teams. There were a couple college teams, so I was just sitting there like, Who do I cheer for? Who am I here for?
Yeah.
Why are we here?
I went to a basketball game for a field trip, and I did not have a good time really, because like you expect like while they're like moving around the ball on the court, you would expect like noise or anything. There's no noise. It's dead silent. The only thing you hear is her shoes squeaking the entire time and the ball dribbling. There's a doo doo, and then a basket, and then and it kind of scares you a bit, and then people clap, and I feel like 90% of the time I didn't know exactly who was who. Like I went to the Phoenix Suns game, and I'm like, oh, the Phoenix Suns are purple. Then there's a team wearing purple, and I'm like, okay, then the other team's wearing purple.
Yeah, huh.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm just gonna go. I'm going for whoever wins.
Kevin wears like both jerseys just in case.
I just have the front side. It was Suns versus I think it was the Bucks. To be honest, I feel like that's who it was, and that wasn't the Bucks. So they're on the different division. Who the fuck was it?
Lakers.
I think it was the Warriors. Actually, I think they went against the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
But I like the Warriors, so. But I didn't fucking know what was happening. I was like sophomore year, so I didn't give two shits.
Devin, I know I saw you, but I only got like to see you for a couple minutes, and because you guys didn't go to Disneyland for that long. How was your senior trip? Like, cause I know didn't you guys start at Six Flags and Disneyland was like the last day or something?
No, we did Disneyland then Six Flags.
Oh, okay. I
Six
just remembered,
Flags.
like, I remember after Disneyland, like you met up with me and Kevin at our hotel because we were all staying at the same place, and you
Yeah, we just all happened to be
went in
staying
my
there.
car and got fucking plastered. You guys got high as hell.
It was in your bathroom.
It was in my bathroom.
Yeah, we went into your bathroom in your hotel room. I just got
Fucking
plastered because I didn't bring anything with me on a senior trip because they like bring in drug dogs and cops to like search everything.
Yeah, they check everything.
So I was like, all right. And it was like cool because like it was shit but cool at the same time because so I drove all the way to California, did that like 8-hour trip to California. Was there for just like we got there, we went to Disneyland I think when we got there, and then we stayed.
You guys got
went to
in California at like 12.
Yeah, they got to Disneyland. We left Disneyland, then we got to our hotel, stayed the night there, went to Six Flags, and right after Six Flags, we just all got on the bus and just went straight back to our, straight back to Sholo. Like halfway there, our bus like broke or something, and we all had to like get up at like 12 at night to go to our to a whole freaking different bus
Jesus.
and move all of our luggage. And it was shit too because so we got all the way back, so it was 16 hours in those 2 days. Then I had grad night that I wasn't even really due because that next day we were leaving at like 3 in the morning to go back to California for a cruise.
Yeah.
So then I had to do another 8-hour trip to California. So
Yeah,
all in all, it was not a good time.
That was an interesting time. I thought it was kind of funny though because we ended up running into Trace, Daniel, and who was with them? Was it Tyler, Kevin? Trace,
Tyler,
Daniel,
yeah.
and Tyler, yeah.
It was Tyler.
And fucking, they were just trying really hard. Daniel was trying really hard to come with me, Kevin, and Nicole and Zelly to go on rides and shit. And like Trace was just doing his damnedest to get him to stay because they weren't allowed to like split up. And Trace was just like,
Yeah.
Daniel, no, stop, you can't do that. And we'd be like walking away, and then like we'll be walking like 10 minutes away from them, and all of a sudden Daniel will show up and be like, hey guys, and you just hear Trace in the background, Daniel, where are you? It was great.
I feel like the most memorable part of the entire trip was we were it was me, Trace, and Ivy, and someone else, but us three, we walk by this one girl eating a frozen banana, and Trace looks at her and it's like super loud. It's like, I wish I was that banana. And she like turns around and Tracy like sees her turn around. He like kind of like looks at her, he's like, go.
Go. She heard me. We gotta go.
Go, Power Rangers.
Hey, all I gotta say is that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, bro.
Hey, you're right.
But I feel like she looked young.
Jason, did you go on your senior trip?
Ivy
or
said
no?
she was about. Ivy said she was about 12.
I didn't have a senior trip.
You
Oof,
didn't have a senior
abort.
trip?
Mhm.
Okay.
No.
That sucks.
Neither did I. But what I got out of high school was a diver certification. That's cool.
Hey, that's cool.
Yeah,
Forget-
certified for 30 feet.
30 feet? You go
Nice.
diving a lot, or just you just had it after high school?
I just had it after high school. I think about it though, because I could totally go do that now. You know, it's one
Yeah,
of
that's
those
awesome.
things. Usually,
I have a weird like college business thing. I don't even know what it's for. It's like because I did 3 years of like college business class, I guess. And when I graduated, I get the certificate. I don't even know what the fuck it is. It just says something about business, and I don't know what to do with it.
little do you know that you're a realtor.
Oh, we lost our
For that, I
host.
can start my own company,
I
or
wonder
I
what
can become an
Kevin-
accountant.
You need to go become an accountant.
I did take it
What
like
was
so
that
my senior
accountant?
year. My senior year, I didn't have to take any math because I had to take accounting math for this business class.
Yeah.
So I actually got like a lot of accounting knowledge from it, but it was so stupid. It was so much. Like not really that much. It was just tedious, just constant, just adding every single penny.
Jason,
Like it's cool, but
I feel like you might have already told it at one podcast. I don't know if you remember. Did you ever tell the story about how you choked that one kid out?
Yeah. That was the personal stories 2 one.
Yeah, okay, you did tell that.
And I'll do it again.
Yeah, where'd you go, Kevin? You went mute and then you just disconnected.
Internet bricked up.
Oh, internet just had a fit.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold on. So, okay, if there's one person in the world that you just want to choke out, who is it, Cameron?
One
Who's that
person
one
in the
person?
world that I want to choke out.
Yeah, who's just some person you just like, I hate this person, I want to just take him out.
I'm looking at him.
Do it, bitch.
Hey, it's Dallas.
It's Dallas. No.
I would say my
Huh?
4th grade teacher.
I've got to say my
What?
brother.
I'm
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm coming for that fuck face.
I'm going for you. Fucking failing me in 4th grade, making me restart.
No, it's not even
I'm
that.
coming to
I
choke
didn't
you
even
out.
I didn't even fail. I didn't even fail 4th grade. This guy was just a total freaking dick to me.
I like that
And
Devin was searching for other words for that pause and then still just went through with it.
He was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, he's a dick.
yeah, there's no sugarcoating it. He was just mean and nasty.
Wait, how do you guys feel about the current trend right now going around the internet about all the guys like there's a thing I've been seeing a lot on the internet where it's like a video of guys like going to bed fine about their sexuality, and then like it just shows Ryan Reynolds standing in the hallway.
I haven't seen that yet.
Ryan Reynolds being like the peak man for straight man to go homosexual. It's fucking gold.
Have you guys talked about Space Jam yet?
Yeah,
I
Kevin
have.
talked about it and he
Money
shat on it.
jam.
What is your
I-
opinion on it, Devin?
I liked it.
You did?
Uh-oh.
Yep. I enjoyed. The only thing I enjoyed it because it's Space Jam, but it's like modern technology era in a way. I enjoyed all the crossovers, like the Austin Powers.
Yeah,
I fucking love that. Rick and Morty, lost my marbles over that.
I did.
Like
too.
I enjoyed all those little key details. I feel like the story kind of dragged on. I feel like the story was kind of bland in a way because like the kid should have known what the fuck was going on. Like that. I was like that wasn't too big about, but I feel like just all like the
Ron
things.
James was a complete dick, dude.
Yeah, he was. But like I don't know if you guys ever seen. It's a movie with Amy Schumer and LeBron James is in it, and Bill
Off to
Harder.
a bad start. Off to a horrible start, Devin.
It was so I forget the name of it. So I'm not big on Amy Schumer. I'm not a big like Amy Schumer guy. This one was Bill Harder, I feel like he took the fucking stage on this movie and kicked ass. I don't know if you guys like Bill Harder, but I do.
I do.
Yeah. So that movie did good with LeBron James, and LeBron James was funny because he wasn't like he wasn't supposed to be an actor. He was like just mainly a basketball player. I feel like.
He's supposed to be him.
So that's why I feel like he's somewhat. Yeah. So that's why I feel like he somewhat downsized in Space Jam. Is that with all the animations, he wasn't all there really like chatting with them. He wasn't that kind of acting material for that.
I don't like it specifically because like there were no stakes with the basketball game they played. There wasn't like any real.
Well, pretty much all those people kind of die in a way. They just kind of disappear from Earth forever.
Yeah.
That's a bad
That's-
thing.
Yeah, no, like the only bad thing about it was that like how like I was like, oh, I don't give a shit if they stay there. I was like, the only consequence I saw was when they said, and if you lose, we also destroy the tunes. I was like, oh no,
Oh no.
not Daffy, not Lola
Not
Bunny.
I didn't like it.
Devin,
I thought
is
the movie
Lola
was
Bunny your
super fun.
obsession?
Well, yeah.
I don't
Hey,
lie,
everyone's gateway furry.
That's just the start of it.
Hey Kevin, yeah, you should tell everybody about how Michaela felt about the Lola Bunny thing. Like, read her exact message because when you read it to me, I died. That's it.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about tentacles.
No,
Pinnacle.
no. You were telling me about.
Michaela.
You were telling me about like you had brought up how Michaela was just kind of like roasting Space Jam 2 because they like butchered Lola Bunny, and like the way she described it, and you were telling me it was fucking gold.
I
I'm
ended up
upset that-
fucking up. She was so pissed though.
I'm
She was
really
like,
upset that they
fucked
did
up
get.
the girl.
They did. I agree with you on that. Like, I feel like Zendaya should not have been Lola Bunny.
I like
Like-
the fact that like if I were to take away one thing from her though, it would be the fact that she's like an Amazon now. You know.
Yeah, no, see, that was badass. That just made her more of a badass because in the original Space Jam, she was a badass already at basketball,
Yeah.
and adding that on to make her like that Wonder Woman position, that Amazonian tribe, that was dope.
Yeah, I like that. I like the comic book section.
I'm just not big on
all of
Zendaya
them.
really either.
But
Like, I'm not big on her
personally, I
even
wasn't a
being
fan-
MJ and Spider-Man.
I wasn't a fan of the OG Space Jam as much as I was back in action, but I already stated that.
Oh yeah.
See,
Back in Action
I
was
love
amazing.
back in action is definitely number one. That's Brandon Fraser, the best actor of all time. That movie was a great movie, but I would say but I loved Space Jam too. I was always like not Space
I'm
Jam
glad
2,
you
the number
enjoyed
2,
it.
but just Space Jam in general. Like the original Space Jam, I loved it when I was a kid. That was a great movie.
I'm glad you enjoyed Space Jam too. I didn't though.
But 2, it was like it definitely had its moments where I was like, but it was. I feel like all in all, it wasn't terrible.
I thought Algae Rhythm was cringy as fuck.
Oh no, definitely. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't really too. I feel like they.
When
I don't know.
LeBron James is like, "We're going loony," and he like makes that smile. I was like, "Is that all?" Oh god,
Is that your goof?
that's your goof.
Yeah, no. There definitely is some things where I'm not happy about it, but what are we gonna do
The
about
Rick
it?
and Morty cameo blew my mind though. My jaw.
Oh, no, yeah. No, me too. Where they threw in the Tasmanian devil, like we can't. We did enough experiments on him. I can't unsee these
Have your
things.
Badger thing back. That was great.
I don't know why, but I still think the best one was the Austin Powers one.
With Elmer Fudd and fucking.
With Elmer
Sylvester,
Fudd.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's all mean to me.
that was pretty great. Oh yeah, baby. One of those cameos is just like, why are they in
And
there?
I feel like that was just like the best part of it was just like cameo sequence, like where they went, like where they saw Batman and Superman and everything.
The dumbass who thought that it would be a great idea to put all the Warner Brothers IP on CGI bodies and like not even try to make them accurate.
Yeah.
As the entire crowd needs to be fired because at a certain point.
At a a certain point. What, Kevin?
Shit!
We just there
Hello.
he is. Okay, we lost him for a second, but he's back. I heard him scream shit. That's it.
There's a movie that's out that I really want to see. I don't know how you guys. I don't know if you guys seen trailers about it. It just came out yesterday. It's called Old, directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, I've seen trailers for it.
Have you seen that around, Cameron?
I have not. The movie I'm really hyped for though is Free Guy. I want to see Free Guy.
Oh yeah, with Ryan Reynolds. That one seems good.
Yeah, that one looks dope. Basically,
Have you
the
guys
68-year-old.
have you guys seen anything about the Resident Evil on Netflix yet?
No,
Uh,
I've
no,
never
I have
watched it.
not.
I just never went around with it.
Yeah, no, I've heard really great things about it, but nothing about it yet.
Really?
Yeah, no, I've seen a bunch of reviews. I watched this one review guy that's very strict, and he was saying it's really good. He said they have a lot of tie-ins with the games and everything too.
Jason, I just met a really chill ghost face. I'm playing with him right now.
Did you guys know for 99% of the Scream movie, Matthew Lillard wasn't even inside the costume? He said he only wore it once.
Really?
Yeah, bullshit, huh?
Why?
I don't know.
Because
I double, I guess, was freaking taller than he was. His stunt double was 6'10", 6'11". And he was like, yeah, no, they did. He was they just thought it'd be safer if he wore it just in case if he tripped or something. And I guess he was saying too. He was saying, I guess the ghost face mask, the company that made the mask, it wasn't the movie company that made the mask. It was a small little company out of Norway or something like that. And the movie company apparently never got the rights to the mask. So now that Norwegian company is getting so much money just based off ghost face merchandise.
Huh.
You
That's
said
whack.
the stunt double was 6'10", though? That's like a stunt triple, bro.
Yeah. No, they said the stunt double was a huge motherfucker.
That's fucking gold. Hey Kevin, we're hitting an hour and 25 minutes on the podcast. What do you want to do?
I guess we should call it a night, guys. Until next time.
It's been fun.
We'll see ya on the Pipeline Podcast, motherfuckers. Say goodbye, everybody.
It's
Adios.
good to be here for the first time ever.
It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
nice having you guys.
Last time ever.
We can
Yeah,
definitely
good
try
shit
to
chatting.
hit it up again next week. We'll try to get more topics so we're not just rambling. No.
Yes, no, we just start brainstorming some more, maybe writing some more things down.
Oh, shout.
Talking about Ryan Reynolds all for an hour and a half next
We'll
time.
talk
dude.
about Ryan Reynolds
Oh,
for an hour and 30 minutes next
That's,
time.
that's not enough time, guys.
Alright.
You're right, Devin. That's not enough time.
Maybe I have to do a two-parter.
Yeah.
A 3 parts, a trilogy, if you would.
A trilogy, there we go.
All 3 hours long.
All right. Well,
Well-
as I talk to you guys, you have a good night.
Yep.
See you
Adios.
later.
All right. Good night.